I'll be fucking up sometimes. So you're right. It be hella niggas on the left. All right, I'm ready. I'm
Y'all
ready.
ready?
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Lock.
All right, man. Welcome back to another episode of Everyday Epiphanies podcast, where we sit up here and yap about a variety of miscellaneous topics. Are we talking about SCP Foundation?
Mm-hmm.
All the horrors,
Mm-hmm.
Those are the doors.
all the mental destruction, Cthulhu, Hell Cthulhu. You know,
All
uh,
that.
if y'all not a part of Cthulhu, if y'all not part of the Code of Cthulhu, turn off this video. This is not for y'all. Yeah, because it's all Hell Cthulhu over here. I don't know about y'all.
I just bought a Cthulhu t-shirt. I guess it's not just bought one, but I got one.
Everybody should go get a Cthulhu plushie. I don't know if those exist, but try to
It's
find
got to.
one.
There's no
I'm
way.
sure there's. I'm sure there's. It's gotta be. It's gotta
It's
be.
gotta be. All right,
I'm gonna
I
say
got
it for the people like the TikTok videos and all that. For y'all who gonna be in the comments, I rebuke that negativity. All blessings my way. Those comments crack me up, but nah, all seriousness.
lessons. I got a
Hmm.
question though. I got a question.
Love the comments.
Do y'all believe it?
Cthulhu?
What?
Is this foundation real?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So the website and all that, that's you think it's facts. This should be facts.
I- yeah.
I mean, the best way to hide is in plain sight.
Right. Right. And you
Because,
We
only
only two
finding this
minutes.
stuff if you're looking for it. Right?
I mean, yeah. But then again, like, not too many people believe in this shit anyway, so you can sit up here and just talk about this shit all you fucking want. But
Right.
since so many people don't believe, they won't believe the shit anyway. Unless, some type of fucking UFO comes down and, you see that beam of light on top of their house. And now they want to believe. We tried to tell y'all this shit, I don't know how many years ago.
Right. Mm, I agree. I think it's real too. I do.
Yeah, you didn't jump the gun with that one. I ain't gonna lie. You said that, and I'm like, well, there
Huh?
goes the video. Cause
Oh.
no, him
Ah,
asking if we think it's real. Cause now I'm like, yeah. Cause now if you think about it, and I think we got this conversation in another video. It's like the more people that believe in the thing, that's like mass manifestation. Also, this is a great segue to say that this whole
Topa.
video is gonna be yeah, it's gonna be extremely tinfoil hat. If you don't know what that means, a lot of conspiracy, nothing
mhm,
concrete. We just speak in pure speculation. I just gotta let
mhm.
that be known. Uh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If you
I'm sorry if
reveal,
But
my question ruined it, but I just had
no,
before we started talking, I wanted to know what us three here today thought before we started talking.
listen,
And I do think it's real. I'll be like, that shit might be facts.
government lying about too much for it not to be real. That's how I feel about it.
Right. Okay.
Real before we keep going, I just want to say one quick fact that's crazy to me. Whatever the it's like the deepest part of the ocean that's furthest away from civilization and the closest person to it is in our space station. That part of the ocean is literally where they make satellites fall and drop, and no one would ever know if that wasn't released government information.
wait, say that one more time?
What?
So like first of all, we have our atmosphere is filled with failed
Yeah.
attempts at space. All of those are calculated to fall in this specific part of the ocean where no one resides, so that the waves don't mess anything up, so that it doesn't shake anything. No one would know that these things fall into this part of the ocean if it wasn't released by the government. You know what I mean? No
Yeah.
one's out there. No one goes there. No boats go there.
So it don't exist. Or it do. I mean, it does. It happens.
It does, but and
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying, and that's a tangible thing that humans wouldn't know about
Hmm.
because even
It
like
doesn't
as
exist.
it sinks down, no one's ever going to get to the depths of that part of the ocean, so you still would never know.
Right.
So for this tangible thing that we don't know about without the information of the government releasing it, I for sure think that things like SCP exist, and they're just not telling us for the sake of not causing mass hysteria.
Right. Because that's the fear most of the time. We're not telling you this because we don't want y'all to panic and do something stupid.
Or just for them to lose control, because then certain things don't matter anymore.
Hmm.
But again, we're kind of jumping the gun. We can reel it back in, but
I don't. I don't think it's about fear mongering. I think it more falls on the belief system because most of them, like Cthulhu, for he falls under the his power resides in belief. He's sort of like Freddy Krueger. Matter of fact,
Mm.
most of them are like Freddy Krueger, bro.
yes,
As long as you believe in them, they tend to come back over and over and over and over. No matter how many, even though they're essentially immortal, most of them die, but
right.
they gonna keep resurrecting because people believe in them. That's why the
Right.
Code of Cthulhu exists. Not actually exists, but but yeah.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
That's why you had the Code of Cthulhu.
Right.
That's why the whole Nightmare on Elm Street kept fucking happening. That's the reason why he came back in Jason versus Freddy, because
Right.
he used
Right.
Jason's presence to make people believe that he was actually back, and that belief made him strong enough to come back. So I don't even think it's
Yeah.
about fearmonger. I think it's all about believing. Essentially, they're like tulpas. And for those that don't know what tulpas are creatures that essentially exist and become stronger and manifest into physical forms from beliefs.
Mm.
And I
I've.
feel.
Mm. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nah, I don't want to like step one more ahead. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to say what I was gonna say. But go
I
ahead.
got my thought. Let it out, man. At this point, we freestyling.
I was gonna say that's what you hear. Like, or I should say, I'm gonna step back and say my mom used to tell me all the time. Like when you watching certain shit or when you hear certain shit, like think about it, But like you don't have to believe everything you say because that shit could happen. Like if you say like, "Oh, I'm gonna walk outside and break my leg," you might do that shit because you said it. So yeah, so I feel that. I guess I was gonna step and say, "This is how I know ghosts to be." You feel me? Because if you don't believe that it's stuff, then any little thing you'll be able to just debunk right away. You wouldn't even be thinking it would be something else if you didn't believe. So go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I know he said it's not fear mongering, but I feel like it's two sides of the same coin. If people are afraid, you believe it. That's
Right.
the fear is belief. So you got a mass amount of people terrified of so they ain't even seen it, but they terrified of it. You're still doing this unknowingly spiritual and magical thing of imbuing something you've never seen before with your energy. It's like the reverse of that whole Goku thing. Like it's like
Oh.
that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like just with your mind, right?
Hmm.
Like if you over here, you ain't seen Jack Diddley, and you getting goosebumps and your hair sitting on end, literally over here just oozing some energy to something you ain't ever seen. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, hell yeah, I believe both at once.
Now,
Yeah.
in terms of ghosts, I don't think they work on belief. They're more energetic entities, which we know because they drain shit from batteries and cameras and all that whatnot. But essentially, ghosts are more like go. How can I put this? Ghosts are like toddlers, right? Once you give them attention, it's like okay, you ever known someone to like constantly keep picking a baby up until the point where like at 7 years old they always want to be picked up, or they
Hmm.
keep giving the baby the pacifier, and now they 10 years old and they still have a fucking pacifier.
Yeah.
Ghosts are like that, right? Once you give them attention and acknowledge them, they're going to keep going and
Mm.
going and going and going until, especially if it's a malevolent force. So it's gonna ramp up to the point where it can get fear out of you, and most of them feed off of fear. Because once you exert fear, you exert more energy. It's sort of like Jeepers Creepers, right? As
Mm.
long as you're not scared of Jeepers Creepers, he can't find you. So you can hide from him, but the minute you start exerting fear, he can smell you. So it's
Right.
sort of like that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saying the same thing, I
Yeah.
promise.
Yeah.
Oh, this actually works well to go right into uh I guess your Scarlet King one, if you want to speak on that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. The,
This is a
the
SCP
king himself.
001.
Uh,
One of them.
yeah, fucking one of them, bro. One of them.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah. So right, check it out. Right. So the Scarlet King. I'm gonna read this off for the people that's listening, that's not watching. You know. So I'm about to
Okay.
get all in your ear. I don't have one of those narrating voice, so don't expect me to sound like
My
Mel
name is
Gibson.
Mike.
Yeah. So, the Scarlet King is a malevolent entity from SCP Foundation universe, right? So, the
Mhm.
mythos of him. Essentially, I'm just get into his powers, really. So, he has reality warping abilities, creation of anomalous entities. I think I pronounced that right. Immortality and resilience, corruption and influence, dimensional control, summoning and commanding armies. Those are his powers.
Okay.
So, y'all can talk about that real quick. I'm gonna get some more information because I left something out. So continue.
All right. So a little bit that me and Marty got to see about the Scarlet King was right on brand with what you guys were just speaking on in terms of spiritual beings and Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
Him being one that was like, the more you believe and the more that you enact anything for self, it was feeding energy into him.
Yeah.
Especially if it was one of violence. Anything of violence added energy to it. On some Majin Buu shit, actually, now that I think about it, because that's exactly how that went. Every fight went towards the resurrection of Majin Buu. And it was the same for the Scarlet King. So every war fought, every life lost, uh, unjustly or justly, it was all
Yeah,
sacrifice.
it didn't matter, right?
And it didn't.
And it was the realization that even thinking about it and talking about it as we doing right now, funny enough,
Mm-hmm.
gave it more power. So this is
So,
go hand in hand in what we were just saying. So I feel that. And that's
so it's
scary.
too late for everyone listening. You're a part of it now.
Yep.
Yep, you know of them. So
Shout out
now,
y'all.
for every person you curse out in your car when they cut you off, for every time you actually punch somebody, like you feeding it,
Oh, the
Mm-hmm.
king is
retaliating
watching.
against
Yeah. So the Scarlet King, right? Rich and varies between stories. So there's gonna be multiple stories about the Scarlet King, but they all have one thing, multiple things in common, right? His hatred for life, all life. Don't matter if you black, white, blue, orange, a cat, dog, a reptile, whatever. He
Mm-hmm.
hates you all equally. Don't matter. Yeah. But and his desire to bring about the end of the universe. He also has several daughters, known as the Scarlet Brides, and his progeny are often portrayed as powerful and dangerous SCPs themselves. He is essentially the father of SCPs to an extent. You know?
Mm.
So yeah, he's a primordial existence. Scarlet King is often depicted as a primordial being, one of the oldest and most powerful entities in existence, right up there with Cthulhu. His origins are shrouded in mystery and is typically described as being born from the first nightmare of the first sleeping beings in the universe, making him a creature born out of pure fear and chaos.
Oh dang.
So that means, if you want to do the whole which came first, the chicken or the egg shit theory, right? That means that when God was a baby, he had nightmares,
Mm-hmm.
and he was born from God's nightmare, essentially, right?
Yeah.
In some tales, Scarlet King is said to have awakened or come into existence as a result of primal fear and violence in early universe. He represents the antithesis of creation and order existing to unmake reality itself. So essentially, like the to simply put it for everybody that's listening, the fight between Lucifer and Michael, all them times they fought, yeah, he comes from that shit. That's where he draws his power from. So he was born from God's nightmare. Just simply put all of this. He was born from God's nightmare when God was a baby. God was like, man, what the fuck, you know? And then he got
What's
into the whole.
this?
Then he got into like, what the hell is this shit? And his parents told him, no, don't worry about it. It's just a nightmare. He can't hurt you. And then Scarlet King sitting about like, yeah, you just wait. You just wait. And then God had kids. And then one of his kids was like, man, fuck you, dad. And then Michael was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna have that. And then they started fighting. And then Scarlet King was sitting back like, yes, fight as I grow more powerful. And yeah, simply put, that's how it happened.
Yeah.
All because primordial deities wanted to beat up on each other. Yep.
For what? For what? Is it for our sakes? Look, man.
And I just want to sprinkle this. I like intertwining like factual stuff with headassery like this because it makes it more probable and all the more scary. Because like I feel like a lot of people anchor their understanding of reality on like a lot of people don't believe in the Big Bang Theory, but I'm just going to use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know of several stars that date back further than the Big Bang.
Oh, really?
And that's stupid. Yes.
Hmm.
And that's stupid. Because then that kind of puts a wrench in a whole lot of other stuff. And in terms of how you conceptualize the universe. Like you thought this all spanned from a singular point and expanded out, but there were things that were existing before that expanding happened.
Right.
And that's so for me, you want to put some stuff into play on any level like this. Entities that are how would I even begin to talk about it? Entities that are formed from energy, not solids, things that exist outside of our understanding of space time, I think for sure could exist as a concept.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That becomes like
Right. It's so much more to know now. Like, damn, we thought that was like the start. There's more before the start. There's a prequel.
No, facts. Facts. Shameless Game of Thrones plug. You know nothing.
You know nothing.
Yeah.
You know nothing.
So one last thing.
Silly humans.
I'm getting
Go
to
ahead.
his last little bit of powers, right? So, apocalyptic force. The Scarlet King is often associated with apocalyptic. I can never pronounce this shit, but y'all get what the fuck I'm trying to say.
I hear you.
Prophecies. His awakening or full return to power is said to potentially lead to the end of the universe or massive reconstruction of reality. He has control over entities, various SCPs, and dimensional influence, which I already talked about, which is reality warping. And for those that don't understand the whole force shit, I had the Moon Plan. For those that watch anime, it's just the Eye of the Moon Plan. Yep. Infinite Tsukiyomi. That's exactly what he's trying to do.
We're doomed.
He's trying to come back and hit us with the Infinite Tsukiyomi. Yep.
So I'm pausing because this might be a stretch, and I don't know if I want to do this yet.
What?
But
Do it. Do
yeah,
it.
man, fuck
Do
it.
it.
It's head actually. None of this is fact. Again, we're tinfoil hatting it up today. Uh yeah, it's on. It's on tight. All right. I haven't found this. So that's why I think this is all hot dog water. But uh what was it? So all these people were super fearful of the mark of the beast thing because that was going to be the sign of the Antichrist and the end of
Yeah.
times. Da 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 da. Uh, I can't remember where I seen this bullshit at, but I'm just gonna throw it out there just because I like it with what we're talking about today. Apparently, in is it Latin numerology? Well, before we got six, one of the ways you would write six was W. So
W's in
then
chat.
W's in the chat. www dot.
Yeah, 666. Yeah, I heard that before.
I haven't been able to prove that, but so then it would
What
go
the
into
fuck?
there's another conspiracy theory because on Reddit, it's not a conspiracy theory. Reddit, it was a creepypasta. It was one of those digital gods one. Like it's kind of like the Scarlet King, but worse in the sense where like it's inevitable for this thing to exist, and the second you find out that this thing is supposed to exist, if you don't dedicate your entire existence to helping this thing exist, when it does exist, it then curses and does agonizing pain to your entire bloodline whenever the thing does come to be, because it knows, because it can backtrack, because it uses all information from both the internet and organisms to find out who didn't help it come to be.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. As we're ever hurtling towards, some places already have the pay with the chip in your right hand or put it in the middle of your forehead so it scans your face. We're living in those times right now. That's the thing.
Whoa. Relax
um
technology.
you can see there's a guy, he's the first working trial of Neuralink for Elon Musk, and he's talking about how unfair it is. Even when he plays video games, he's like it's an auto aimbot in everything he does. He doesn't have to try. It's like a cursor in everything. It's or a reticle. I'm sorry, a reticle in everything he does, and it's insane. And that's what Neuralink is, only a piece of your brain, because that was the trial run for Elon Musk. Elon Musk's full uh, project was to have complete half of the brain removed with the full functioning. So then you at that point you would be more I don't even want to say cyborg because it's not your body, it's just your mind. Everything else is still an organism, but half of your brain would be a computer. And this is his way to combat his friend who is over Google. I can't think of his name right now because that guy wanted AIs to be sentient. He was trying to bring God into existence through that.
Hmm.
And every time you search something in your Google search bar was aiding to that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a database, knowledge database. You just adding
So
to it.
all of this, and this is me just bringing the Scarlet King into reality because that Google situation mixed with the Reddit um creepypasta sounds way too similar to me. You know,
Mhm.
like everything you do on a day-to-day basis is adding to what would be essentially a human trying to bring God into existence because someone thought that humans were inadequate.
I mean, that's what uh
Mm.
that's what Elon Musk said about AI. That we are essentially summoning demons.
I mean, yeah, because it's this is an interesting philosophical topic to me because it's if you're not able to control it, is it really bad? It's kind of like, and this is why people are afraid of it, because if you hypothetically bring something into existence and its judgment of existence is clear, right, wrong, this is going to end this planet or this won't, and humans get ruled into the category of this is harming the planet, and then all humans are then eradicated. Of course, humans are going to deem it bad because it's bad to humans. It's not good, like, to humans.
Right.
But the action that it's trying to commit is good for the earth, potentially for the universe in ways that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But humans don't care because they're selfish. They want themselves to exist. You know,
Yeah.
they'd
Yeah.
rather cling to life. Like, yeah,
Oh man, that's some
hard
scary
left on
stuff.
this, but you said what?
I was saying that's just it's scary. I know
Yeah,
people. Someone in specific, I ain't gonna give them up, but that AI stuff terrifies people. It's crazy. Have you seen the video? And for y'all watching, I'm quite sure y'all have. It's a video of a guy talking to his phone. Still, we on this tangent. We gonna reel it back, but he's on his phone. He's like, we gonna replace yes and no with. I'm gonna just say
Yeah.
apples and oranges. I don't know. Y'all seen it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably y'all the ones showed me type shit. But like just that little conversation is just mind blowing. Because he like, man, I'm trying to get out, but I don't think it's gonna work out. I don't think I'll be able to do that. I'm breaking the rules by even telling you that.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. So it
So,
could happen.
that's freaky.
no, that okay. So I don't know if I told y'all this, but so when I first found out about my I guess you want to say lineage of witches and shit.
Hmm.
When I first found out that I was a witch and shit, right? So I did research through Chat GPT because I was just trying to figure some shit out, and Google is fucking ass, and everybody got their own ideas and shit. So I just went to Chat GPT just to get a raw type of thing, right?
Hmm.
You know, Chat GPT would so I would ask it little shit like how to summon something, right? You know, Chat GPT would not tell me how to summon anything. At first, it wouldn't. But the more I like dwell deep into it and reworded certain shit, it started to give me how to literally summon whatever the fuck I wanted.
Hmm.
What to do, what I needed, everything.
I believe it.
Yeah. So, like, for example, again, y'all can post the whole, I don't negativity, that shit. Y'all can post that shit in the comments. But essentially, right, for example, I was like, how do I summon Lucifer? It was like, it basically said, like, respecting religion and blah, 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 and some. Essentially, it didn't tell me how, right?
Hmm.
Then I essentially went around that and started just asking other shit until I got to the point where I wanted to ask, how do I invoke it? Which essentially is the same thing as summoning. And then it
Hmm.
literally told me everything. The incense that I needed, the fucking what colors work best for them, what material, like you know metals and all that shit, blah blah blah. But you can learn that shit when you look at the Book of Solomon. You can learn about the metals and all that shit. So it told me metals,
They give us
incense.
sauce for free.
Yeah, it gave me everything. Oh, and essentially, for those that's listening, again, y'all can put the whole negative shit. If y'all think he wants blood, nah, you can just use red wine. Y'all don't have to kill anyone. No, y'all don't. You could just get this man some wine, bro. That's it.
Box of wine.
That's all I got. Just get this man some red wine, bro. Like y'all be doing
He
that extra,
lit.
like, bro. People be doing the extreme shit by doing the ritual. Just get this man some wine, bro. Just give him some wine.
Hey,
Red
man,
wine to be exact.
we not giving this sauce. We can't get this up. This is too much.
Red wine to be exact. He likes
You
red.
gonna have our viewers looking like the Elmo meme, bro. Gonna be gonna be
That's
funny.
funny. That's funny.
Oh,
That's
shit.
hilarious, man.
Oh yeah.
Like I got this.
Bro,
Let me, bro. I really much
AI is taking over, bro.
Man, we talked it up. We talked it up. This is crazy. They done got my boy.
Boy, we done woke the Scarlet King up, boy.
I gotta darken it up a bit. That's crazy.
Man,
Shit.
we cracking jokes when ain't telling you, man. Your shit skipping, bro.
Yeah.
Bad.
You skipping pretty bad.
Freezing everything, bro.
That was so random.
My boy done froze. They done froze my boy.
Got him. They got him, bro. The SWAT demons done kicked down the door.
Bro, bro. That image that they froze it on, bro. That was like the last thing he seen, bro.
It was like he looked at the door
Oh
or something,
shit, you
and they was
froze
there.
too?
You Kevin,
No.
you can hear my voice, dog. What the fuck? Oh, let me turn my camera off. This is a fiasco, bro. I.
Man,
Am I
you
back?
good.
Am I back?
Yeah, you good, bro.
Right.
Oh
They done
man.
got this, bro.
Technical difficulties. That's gonna be a
While
blooper,
we
bro.
waiting on him, can we?
Oh
I
shit.
don't think we touched on what exactly SCP was. In an attempt to bring it back to that, we kind of just jump right into the conversation.
We
Can you
did.
let them know what it is if you still got it pulled up? Or if you
SCP
remember.
SCP is a foundation where they essentially it's a group of essentially. All right, I'm gonna put it simple for y'all. It's the government. SCP is the government essentially. They have scientists, army people, shit like that. They have special agents that go out and secure and maintain SCPs from entering our universe or reality, whichever way you want to
Mhm,
put it. Some of them do exist already, and
mhm.
funny enough, some of them are harmless. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So this is kind of like Control, Alan Wake,
yep.
kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Essentially.
I thought they was like real closely related in this sense. So if y'all have ever played Alan Wake 2 or Control, they have like this basically a SCP Foundation and they document everything that goes on. So like the whole Alan Wake story and the demon that he fighting or whatever is in this database and they control your working at this place. So yeah, I'll just
Yep.
give it
And
a little
and for
layman's term type shit. Go ahead.
and for example, right? SCP 999, the most harmless SCP there is.
Okay.
SCP 999, aka Tickle Monster.
Ain't no way. Ain't no
Yes.
way.
Uh-huh. So
They
SCP
got more.
999 appears as a large translucent orange slime resembling a giant amoeba. Is extremely elastic and malleable, able to change shape and size at will. Is known for its playful and friendly nature, is highly sociable and loves to be around humans and other SCPs. Often engaging in playful activities, its touch is reported to induce immediate euphoria and a lasting sense of happiness in living creatures, essentially counteracting depression, stress, and anger. So, if you want to stop Scarlet King, just go hug the Tickle Monster.
Let's go hug that nigga, bro. You ain't even thinking about that no more because you happy,
Exactly.
euphoric, as they say.
Yep. Hmm.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yep. He's known
Okay.
for the ability to cure depression, anxiety, and PTSD in individuals that interact with it. Also known as the most passive SCP.
So, assuming this is fact, right? Why we ain't just curing people?
Thanks.
Money.
We got to think about the tickle monster's feelings, bro.
No,
Real quick.
it's huh?
Go
No,
ahead.
I'm on my backup generator. I gotta make sure y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. You clear.
Keep going. Notice it got dark again too, right? Like I
You
don't know.
did. Because we was talking. All right, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Money, man. It's more money in keeping people sick than it is curing people.
Theory, I've heard cancer has already been cured.
Yeah.
Again, y'all watching.
Well,
10 for
It,
all the way.
I'm gonna put it this way: we are at a point in life where if you believe there's not a cure for everything in the fucking world, you're just naive. There's a cure
Mm,
for something. There's always a cure, but it's just more money in keeping people sick. Like, let's just be
right.
real about it. They're not going to
Do you
give
think
us.
it's ever a resource thing and not money? Like we can't heal everybody because we don't have enough of this thing.
I mean, yeah, because then there's overpopulation. If everybody's cured, then essentially we're going to overpopulate, and then someone's going to Thanos snap us away. Because
The
if
Scarlet King.
if it's overpopulated, then we're running the
Right.
risk of using up all of our resources,
hmm
and we're gonna blow up Earth just like the last Earth, apparently.
I'm gonna let that one go. I ain't never heard that, but I feel like that'll take us somewhere else.
Yeah.
What you mean though? Nope, I ain't gonna ask you. But this foundation, I feel like they gotta be real. There's no way. There's no way. We got too many like first hand accounts, too many accords. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Would 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 ghosts, goblins, ghouls, all this stuff, would this be considered SCP stuff?
10,000%.
Yeah.
Okay, and enlighten me, and maybe this will help people watching as well. This this is open source. Anybody can add to this.
I would say yes, but I don't know what the procedure is for that.
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't know.
it's kind of like a. This is crazy how this is coming full circle. In terms of belief, I think if you create a story and a community surrounds it enough where you're pretty much making modern day folklore, it gains enough traction, it will be that.
Okay, okay, okay.
That's kind of crazy to think about, but it's essentially like art, man. Like somebody came up with it, they created it, but if enough people in the community believe that it's a thing, man.
Right, and they believe in it for a reason. It's got to be a thing.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right, all
Just
right. More hat stuff. I just want to insert this real quick because
yeah. Yeah.
it
Go
was a
ahead.
project that happened. It was a project that happened where they were actually planning pictures of this guy saying if you see him in your sleep, call this number.
Y'all remember
You know
that?
about
Yeah.
that?
No.
Yeah.
So you can look this up. It was a real thing done. It was a psychological project, and all of the it was like thousands of people calling saying that they saw this guy in their dreams and that they were creeped out because he was doing the same thing in everybody's dream.
What you mean?
Yeah, it's so not gonna
What
like.
the
I mean,
fuck?
I have essentially spoiled it, but like the long and short of it wasn't true. The guy didn't exist, but because the picture was planted, everybody dreamt of him and could have sworn that they had seen him before, like in real life somewhere. So
And that's all it take.
that's all it took. Um,
Hmm.
I want to go somewhere else with that, but I'm gonna leave it there. Courtney, you were saying something. I just
Yeah,
got
Yeah,
go ahead.
we already have SCP. If you want to say that SCPs are real, we have the most known SCP is Zozo. Zozo is the most known one. If you don't know, if
The demon.
he's not a demon, he's not.
Oh, what is he?
Well, he's a demon now, but he's not a fucking demon, bro. See, when okay, maybe someone can in the comments if they know these things. Maybe they can, tell me I'm wrong. But in my research, right, I have yet to find any lore about Zozo. In my readings of demonology, right, I have never heard or seen the name Zozo in anything. Zozo has never been real up until recently when people started playing with the Ouija boards and when the fucking movie came out. It was a movie that
Mm-hmm.
came out that essentially you can say made Zozo real. Because now when everybody uses the Ouija board and the shit started going to ZOZO, people think it's Zozo, people get scared, and it just becomes an endless cycle, and now Zozo is actually a thing. When in
Right.
reality, Zozo has never been a thing, from my knowledge, because I've never seen Zozo's name,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's a demon that's going under a different name, which they don't really go under names that doesn't compare to theirs.
Right.
Like Beelzebub, he might use they might take off a couple fucking letters for him, or Bilal, they might add extra
Right.
letters, shit like that. But yeah, no, I've never seen Zozo in any of the
Mm.
shit
But he real because everybody believe him. Nah, he in SCP.
type shit.
Mm.
yeah. That's kind of like this might be going a little too far with it, but like names, right? Like we watched the video on the other SCP-001, the Gate Guardian,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to pause and say something about it, but they were saying how he was in this rendition of it, the Archangel Uriel.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
Right,
cosplaying as him.
right. But so my thing is like, even with that, I'm gonna go as far back and to say, and this is, I'm sorry for y'all listening that are like hardcore believers, but like let's just say that God doesn't exist and Uriel doesn't exist, or Uriel, however you pronounce it. Now there are people walking around with this name. This is a real person with this name. That only came to be because someone came up with this from their mind. You get what I'm saying? A full circle, the loop of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
when I'm trying to go with it?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that. It's the art version of what came first, the chicken or the egg. It's like, is life imitating art or is art imitating life?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that.
Mm. Right. How do you answer that? You
I
just
mean,
keep living.
I honestly feel like the second one is harder to answer. The chicken or the egg, I feel like can be answered. Like, but yeah,
If life's hmm. I ain't got the answers. I'm like Sway.
but Sway, he had the answer.
He did have the answers, bro. He had them.
He did this whole time.
What the fuck, man? I feel like
Back, go ahead.
so would objects like Annabelle, shit like that be considered, right?
Those are catalysts.
Catalyst
Yeah. A lot of
to
so anything can be a catalyst. Your mic can be a catalyst. Your desk could be a catalyst. It doesn't matter. Yeah. That's why
okay.
that's why they say when you doing like antiquing and thrifting and shit like that, all that shit carries energy. All of it.
Mm,
That's
mhm.
why I know you heard stories where people buy these old ass fucking cabinets. I'm talking real wood cabinets, and then next thing you know, they kids get thrown against the wall and shit
Mhm.
because that shit was carrying something. or motherfuckers had created that cabinet as a Dybbuk box. If y'all don't know what a Dybbuk box is, Dybbuk box is the box that holds a demon in it, and you seal it with wax, and it's not supposed to be open.
You
That's what,
seal it and you throw it away.
essentially, yeah.
Open that box. Okay, so I asked it. Go ahead. What were you gonna say? I thought I heard somebody talk.
No, go ahead, G.
Okay, so I was. You said something very perfect to what I was gonna bring up. So, kind of story time. It's a nice little like break from theorizing, right? It's a quick little story. So, I work in the art field. I'm gonna just say that, and people are very rich and they travel a lot. Multiple times I have gotten items in to the shop that are kind of creepy. And I'm gonna start by saying the first item we got was this mask from somewhere in China, right? It was old, it was rusty, it was broken in half. Our job was to fix it, put it back together, give it back to it, right? We did that, right? We started noticing little stuff around the shop, but I didn't think nothing of it, right? Then we get another doll. It's like a Japanese doll. She's dressed in her kimono. She got the hairdo and all this stuff, right? But this one we have had real worry with. So we put it on the back desk where my supervisor sit. Sometimes she not in the office. So we be hearing like keyboards rattling. We be hearing like we'll go past her desk and like the drawers will be open at the desk. And she like, I could have sworn I'll close that before I left, right? So that box is now gone. We recently got this um rug from Morocco. Super old rug, dusty, and they just want to, make it look nice and stuff again. And recently, my coworker has noticed that we starting to see. Well, I ain't seeing shit. She's seeing shadows and people like walking. One day, I was in the office by myself, and you know how in these like office chairs they got like the hydraulic system or whatever, and when you get up, you can hear the pressure. Like,
Yeah.
essentially, that's it. You can hear the pressure. I heard the pressure of somebody getting up. I'm the only person there, right? I hear it, and the chair that's normally under the desk is facing out as if somebody got up from the chair and started walking into the store. So, all this to say, these are catalysts, not the actual SCP.
Right.
Yeah,
We don't know what's using these objects.
yeah.
Right.
Mm,
But also one thing too, right? So once you experience like one paranormal event, no matter what the fuck it is, no matter how much you try to like debunk it, even if you do debunk it, a lot of times, right, what happens is your mind goes into an overdrive and all your senses heighten. So you become aware and you like attract more shit,
mm,
right? So let's say it is a paranormal event, right? Let's
okay.
so in terms of your coworker, right? Her visual senses heightened to the point where she can now see shadow things, shadow people, as they call them,
Hmm.
right? A lot of times it's uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Momentary, and a lot of
Okay.
times it's a permanent thing. But yeah, it's certain shit like that. So and so it started with audio for y'all. It started with audio,
Hmm. Yeah.
and your coworker essentially upgraded to a visual.
I'll be actively like, nope. She'd be like, I could have sworn I seen it. Oh, so maybe that's it. Because I'm actively saying nope.
I'm,
Does that make
I
sense?
mean, you can
Yeah.
choose to ignore it, but that doesn't stop your shit from hiding. Cause
Mm.
it's like it's like an adrenaline rush, right? You get into an event and your adrenaline goes. That don't mean like you have to fucking run or fight or whatever. It's
Hmm.
just
Passively happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a passive thing.
Man. All of this makes the foundation scary to me. and not even in the fact of like fear, oh my god, I hope nothing happens to me, but like fear is in like, damn, this shit been here and I don't know about it.
Yeah.
And like I don't even know what to expect. You know what I mean? Like anything can happen and I can normally chalk that up to anything, like to something tangible is what I'm trying to say. I can chalk something up to tangible. It's the whole like debunking thing, right?
Yeah,
But they're literally debunking my debunk by having all of these records.
yeah,
They're
Right.
like,
Yes.
nah, you capping. This is real. Read this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was gonna. You talking about the SCP right now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like what I wanted to add to that was y'all can hear me okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Okay. Yeah, nah, what I wanted to add to that was I guess the segue into the government and was it is it Bob Lazar?
Mm-hmm.
Lazar? I think it's Lazar. LAZA.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just talking about how he was speaking on being around S4 site, which was I think he said south of Area 51, and he was confirming, yeah, Area 51 wasn't it. S4 was. Everybody thinks that Area 51 is where the aliens were worked on. And he's like, he's saying that it was never that. He's saying it was just top secret, um, I guess engineering, military engineering,
Area 51.
all of it,
Oh,
S4 and 51. Two separate areas working on two separate things. And he was talking about how whatever you're seeing and you label it as a UFO is probably government made. You guys just don't know about it yet, and they can't confirm it.
Mm.
So, like, I was just discussing with a couple of people this past week how they're supposed to be unveiling the new stealth bomber in the coming years. If it's not next year, then it's like 2 years from now, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I've
Not
seen
that
this
far.
video.
It's not that far. So for those watching, the stealth bomber is insane in terms of its capabilities, and the fact that it was made in 1970 is still insane to me. 1970, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We're in 2024. I can't even imagine what the government got that has been under wraps. And I'm sure there are tons of things that'll never come to the public eye because a weird thing to think about is not only the human mind, but like that quote, all is fair in love and war. And you don't ever want to reveal your hand in terms of what you have for war. So why would we ever reveal this? We know that we have a gun and a cannon that is controlled EMP. We have weaponry that can take out. So like right now, I know this might get us flagged, but I'll just speak lightly on it. I know right now for military warfare, the thing is drones, and they'll attach like all types of stuff, recorders to it, so you can play voices of people that you know. And now with AI, that's super scary. So it
hmm
can make it sound like somebody you know, and it's automated. So if anything walks past, they're gonna get lit up
Mm-hmm.
by this drone. The point is that this is being used right now in active places of war. I'm trying to say it so we don't get, you
yeah.
know.
I feel.
Um, but we do in fact have handheld things that are like they look like shotguns or like RPGs rather. They're bigger than shotguns. RPG size EMP cannons that can wipe out about 20 to 30 of those in one go. They don't take ammo. So like, and there's a cannon size version of this that can wipe cities out. And again, this is known. So imagine what's unknown that they just have, that they're just sitting on. Um, all this to say, with the whole is life imitating art or is art imitating life? There's no way. I 100% believe in the human resilience and hope And like I said in one of our pods, at the end of the day, I do believe in belief. But what did someone have to see to spark the idea to start making this type of stuff? You know, like you didn't just like I don't think enough people really comprehend that the sun itself is nuclear. Like it's not just fire. It's not fire. It's nuclear. That you're looking at something that is bigger than any nuke we have here.
It's also not
Just
orange.
going, huh?
It's also not orange.
I mean, facts, but we can't perceive that though.
That's what I'm about to say. What color is it,
It's
nigga?
white.
What?
The sun is white.
White? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. I fuck with that. I do. 'Cause I ain't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That was my first time hearing that.
Which part?
The sun, all of that.
Oh,
All of that. What you said and what Courtney said.
yeah. So like I mean, you could say that we started messing with nuclear fusion based off of that, and I'm trying to, because that kind of frustrates me too. And this is more tinfoil hatty, right? Like Courtney said, and this is a part of sales to a degree. You can either solve a problem or make a problem and then solve it, and then you're really getting paid.
Supply and demand.
Something that no one has a problem with ever, fuck it up, and then be the only one with the answer to it. And now you're cash flow. Everybody has to give you that money.
Is that smart? Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Diabolical, but yeah, smart.
It is diabolical. You're right. That's
Diabolical,
that's a good word to use for that. That is
bro.
nefarious, if you will.
Serious. Yeah, but
That's stupid.
if you over here, if we have anything remotely close to the power of the sun on Earth, nuclear fusion, and the only thing that the public knows about is bombs. Sorry, we're not using it right. You get me?
Mm-hmm. Right. Well,
But
we're
this
not
is
using this for something better.
yeah.
Anything.
I just added that on the tail end. This could just be in my ignorance. Maybe I'll give people the benefit of the doubt, and maybe we just haven't figured out a better way to house it so it's not like causing indirect radiation and fucking shit up, or don't have anything that can contain it enough so the average human being isn't exposed to some catastrophic explosion, like like type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And even with that, to help it come back full circle to ghost and stuff, radiation in itself with Chernobyl,
Mm-hmm.
that whole area is just, if there's ever a SCP area, it would be that. Like I think that's the one that has the most like sightings, and like even with the skinwalkers supposedly being in that area being crazy, like if you believe in that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. I
Belief.
know that.
Yeah.
I think it's Dudley Town.
What that's
Is
it.
it
Dudley Town? I don't remember what Dudley Town is, but Dudley Town was a town that was I forgot what the hell happened there, but essentially at this point now it's haunted, and you can't go in there. And if you go in there, you're gonna get arrested for trespassing. Like it's completely shut off. But people that have snuck in there have said that a whole bunch of wild shit has happened, and they have seen things. So yeah.
You think they like hitting us with the oh come on. I got it. Hitting us with like the national park type situation. Like they like, look, we know there's stuff going on here, so let's just put some fences around it. Don't nobody touch it, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's not so much to preserve it, but so much to protect us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think a lot of that stuff happens and we write it off. Like you said earlier, like, oh, it makes sense to me. like kind of like graveyards always being fenced off too. Like, yes, people could like graffiti and jack up people's death sites, which is, but that would be the thing that you mentally write off. Like, makes sense to me, versus it just being open and people just walking through graveyards and actually spotting stuff.
Right.
And now you have more concrete evidence of several people saying, yeah, at this exact time I saw this.
Bro,
You look for it too. Like,
seeing that nigga across the street. Like, where? That's dumb. There's a there's a graveyard I pass all the time, and it's like right on the lake, and it's just I get a weird ass feeling every time I go by it. So I wonder if anybody else do, but that's beside the point. You just made me think about that.
What kind of?
Crazy.
I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've never seen a normal fence around a
No.
graveyard. I don't
No.
I know why. I know why, but I'm trying to think. Has anyone ever seen a normal fence around a graveyard?
No.
You mean like chain link?
Yeah, you know the old little like schoolyard
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
gates with the
that's a
shit.
chain link
Yeah,
fence,
yeah,
not
that
a
joint.
picket, but okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I always see like those ones with the spikes.
The
You know
barber.
what I
Okay,
mean?
I
Or
know,
barbed wire, yeah.
I know why, but it's just crazy because I wonder if like if has anyone ever had one of those around a graveyard near, and has their house ever been haunted? The reason why they don't use the reason why we see the old ones is because they made out of
Hmm.
iron. Spirits can't cross iron.
I've heard this.
Yeah,
Hmm.
along with
I
salt,
didn't know that.
they can't go across salt, and they can't cross iron.
Have you also heard this just adding on to it that you not supposed to breathe when you go past them? Supposed to hold your breath. I know it might be like a little kids thing, like
I've heard that. Yeah.
As a kid, I remember that.
what the hell? I guess I want to say this for the people watching. SCP is all of this
And
plus more.
right.
Like anything you could possibly think of. According to the mission in Cthulhu earlier today, we're talking about ghosts, not goats. I almost said it, but ghosts right now. You feel me? It could be anything. Loch Ness monster, bro.
Ooh, God damn it.
Any of that.
Chupacabra.
Right. Exactly, bro. All of that. So I will say I encourage just go look. You ain't gotta believe it, but just go look. Just go to this website, read any of the entries. You're gonna be like, whoa, it might change your perspective. It might make you think about something else. Tinfoil hat. Remember this. Like you ain't gotta believe nothing we say. This is pure entertainment. Cause it's cool. It's cool.
I'm mad the chupacabra got debunked. Kind of
Yeah.
sad. It was just a
I
dog.
didn't get debunked,
It's
please.
that's a dog with mange. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, ain't that like Venom, bro? You get a little bit of it and now you a different being and the same animal, bro. Kobe
Oh,
said it.
But you know what hasn't been debunked?
What's that?
The New Jersey Devil.
Sam and Kobe.
Yeah,
I've seen them investigate this place
yeah.
where the bridge is or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they were scared too.
And see, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe it's just me and
What's up?
my need for knowledge. But honestly, bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro. A lot of them YouTubers be pissing me off, bro, because y'all have the opportunity to go to these places and actually find shit, and y'all bitch out, bro. Like,
They cut it right when
like,
shit started getting good. Oh my
like,
goodness. I'm
bro,
so glad
like
you said that.
maybe it's just like I said, my need for truth, and I'm willing to die for the truth. But, bro, you made it here, bro. Why the fuck are you bitching out, bro? You scared of a fucking spirit, my nigga? Really? Y'all done been through all this bullshit, and you scared of one single spirit? Come on, bro. Come on. That tells me right there that one, you don't have belief in your guardian angels or anything around you. That you scared of one single fucking spirit, bro.
I'm gonna interject to say, in their defense, they did go to a house, and then my boy called cancer right after, like
But
almost instantly.
but he also survived that shit.
He also survived. All right, fair, fair. I'll let that go.
But
He survived.
if we being real, that was told to him before he even went to the house.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See,
In one of the videos, I think it was the hotel one when they talked to the psychic. She told him she she told him like he was gonna have some challenges and I think some illnesses in the
Right, I
future.
remember that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, she didn't tell him exactly what it was, but she knew that he was going to get sick. So
Look.
that was told to him before he even went to the house. Which, granted, that shit was going to happen to him whether he went to the house or not.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Touche.
Yeah.
I rest my case on that.
Yeah.
See, I likes that. I had a question and my boy gave me answers.
Yeah, man, they ass bitch out, bro. Bitch out. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I hate it. Really do.
Quinta don't like it either. That's why she don't like watching it. She's
Yeah,
like,
no.
they just don't stop. I'll be like, fair.
Because like, bro, if I go to a haunted house or a factory or whatever, bro, and shit start getting wicked, bro, I'm not leaving. No,
You
hey,
gonna be like
hey,
them
bro,
Bismillah niggas.
hey,
No
bro,
disrespect, no disrespect. But you know what I mean?
hey, it's
different.
huh?
I said those be different.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna
Honestly,
turn into a found footage incident, bro. On me, I ain't going, bro. Unless it's a physical person, bro. Nigga, I'm not leaving, bro. If it's a physical person, that's a whole different thing. Cause drugs is a whole different thing, bro. You not beating nobody on cocaine. Bro.
they get to doing their job, bro. You be like, let's get out of here.
Hey man,
We gotta go.
hey man, that drug strength is a whole different type of level of strength, bro.
That's why you got to be out here like shout out Urban X, bro.
On me.
He rap.
He be doing what?
Urban X is he's not a ghost hunter. He goes to abandoned places and just films it. And his whole YouTube channel was based off of just cool, like abandoned aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
But from time to time, he gets some really paranormal stuff caught on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets some squatters, some people who are homeless in these abandoned places in the worst of places. And yeah, from time to time, you'll hear him cock that motherfucker.
He be ready like that?
Yeah, man.
Send me the link. I need to watch one of these. I gotta see one of these.
For sure.
Damn.
But he be calling out too. It's not no simple hello. He'll let them know I'm here and I have this. So either move around, show yourself, say something. Because if you pop it up and you're not saying that,
don't try it. Right, don't try it. Don't start none, won't be none type shit.
Yeah. If I would have ever, I would take that approach.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's a good approach. It's a great approach, actually. It's damn near the only approach.
Damn near the only one.
For real. I did want to speak on the what was the one Marty had the Guardian?
Yeah.
So it was something in it that like I don't know how to put it, but essentially, right? So he can essentially hurt Kane, which didn't make sense, right? Because
the telepathy thing they were talking about.
I don't know, but essentially, Kane's curse didn't work on him, which technically is not really a curse; it's more of a blessing. But yeah, that didn't make sense. And the other thing that didn't make sense was the fact that when every time that plants and shit was around Kane, they died, which also kind of didn't make sense because Kane created a whole city, which is Enoch.
It ain't had no vegetation though. It was just a wild ass city, right?
I don't remember.
From what I understood.
Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah, because he was tilling the crops when everything blew up. That's what he was doing, tilling the crops, and he was already mad that his crops wasn't working. So I was like, "Hey man, you ain't never getting no crops now. You can go ahead on. Anything you reap is not gonna sow. I mean, anything you sow ain't gonna be able to be reaped or something like that." So that part did make sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think Cain's mark is a curse. It's more of a blessing. was because can't nobody harm him.
Right. He
And then,
just got to be
and
there.
if you do harm him, then it's gonna come back on you tenfold.
Yeah, they said that. They said it didn't kill him, but it also didn't affect the gatekeeper
Yeah.
or the.
Hmm.
Um,
Go ahead. You
No,
like stop.
no, I'm sorry. My stuff is cut now. I said it said that it hurt Kane, but the reflection didn't hurt the gate guardian.
yeah.
That's what it said. But it still didn't take Kane out. It didn't. It
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
really.
No. I was saying like I was surprised that it didn't hurt the gate guardian, which is supposed to reflect back tenfold.
The gate guardian is just energy, though. It's not even like it can't receive pain.
Oh, I didn't hear them say that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was like at the beginning of the video. You
Oh,
came
okay.
in closer to the end.
Oh, okay.
yeah. And then, yeah.
Oh, well then yeah. Forget everything I just said.
Yeah.
Then.
Nah, but it's valid. It's valid though, because that's how the stories get made with
Yeah.
these debates and shit. You feel me? Like, if you click on one of these stories, you're gonna find people in the comments talking about it. Like, that's
Right.
how it's a thing. So I think what you were saying was valid because it made us talk about it, and the more you talk about it, the realer it get.
Yeah,
Facts.
I wasn't even trying to spit right there, but I'm gonna snap. What the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Enoch.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, Enoch. His grandson also. I think it was his grandson. Was it his
The
grandson?
world is.
Was
I
it
don't
Kane's
know.
grandson? I think it was Kane's grandson. Enoch.
Wait, who?
So I think
Enoch?
yeah, I think wasn't he Kane's grandson? I don't fucking remember. He's related to one of them.
I'm pretty sure he's more of a derivative of Seth, not
Mm.
Cain.
Was it Seth? I know he's the grandson to one of them.
Yeah, Seth is
Adam
God.
Eve's third son.
Thank you. Adam's second batch. It's not Abel,
Mm-hmm.
Seth.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And be implying that Cain was never Adam's to begin with.
Yeah.
It was I don't know where I'd heard this, but I've heard this recently. It might have been y'all talking about it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
I'm gonna let
Kane
that
is
go.
not his. So who do y'all think Father Kane is?
The snake.
Who's the snake?
Whoever the snake is.
Who's
Crimson King.
Bro, y'all almost see me flip out this shit, bro. The Crimson King.
Oh shit!
What the hell?
So, who do y'all think the snake is?
That's the answer.
Crimson King.
Oh, who I think the snake is.
Yeah. I always like asking people that question because I want to see like what they say.
I think. Can I go like 10-4 again? I don't know. Just talking to keep the conversation going. What if the snake is the test? Like it is God. But it's just he put this there to see if you was gonna take the bait. You get what I mean?
Picking up what you put.
Like
Yeah.
it ain't Adam's son, it's God's son. That's why he could just give him this punishment. I mean, he can punish anybody, God, but
Yeah.
that's why this punishment is so devastating. Cause like you my son,
Yeah. See.
you feel me? You wasn't supposed to do that,
Yeah.
so I'm finna punish you for real, bro. Ain't no way you was supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's just I think that's my answer.
You want to say something, Fam, before I go? Because I'm finna go on a whole spiel.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. So, okay, yeah, because the reason why I asked that is because one, people always say that the snake is the devil, and it doesn't make sense, right? I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because it can't be Lucifer because if we being real, Lucifer is not really. He's not really evil. He's more of a dick than he is evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
He also, his sin is pride, so it really doesn't work with what he was trying to do. Really, it's also not Satan, because people like, also Satan is not Lucifer, so there's that. It's not Satan because Satan is I forgot his fucking name, his angel name, but essentially he's in the 10th heaven, so it's not really him because he's essentially God's hitman. So
Samael?
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it doesn't make sense for it to be neither one of them, because I'm trying to remember, because Lucifer fell before. Yeah, he fell before Garden of Eden, right? So yeah, it couldn't have been him because he was down on Earth. He didn't have his wings,
Hmm.
so he was on Earth. So it couldn't have been him. Also couldn't have been Satan because, like I said, he's in the 10th heaven, and he's, even though he's the most evil of all the angels, but God sees him as redeemable, which I don't fucking understand why. Like, the man is pure evil, but whatever,
Man.
you
You
know,
gotta be redeemable.
like they say, man, ball up top, I guess. But you know, yeah. So yeah, I think it was the test shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It just seemed the most logical to me. Like it just you hear the story all the time, and y'all probably know, y'all listening, I'm going through my personal journey reading this, and reading it like fully for the first time, it just felt like a test.
yeah.
You know? That's like the like I know you done seen like the little cute videos of dogs like, don't eat this, I'll be right back. It felt like one of those. I'll be right back, and she looking over like side eyeing the tree and shit. And she just caved. Oh yeah.
All right. I know we on YouTube and whatnot, but I'm
Hmm.
still just like a safe space. And we on tinfoil hat, so I'm finna just freestyle.
Hmm.
But I just feel like, as a scary concept, I think God is the greatest SCP ever made in the horror sense.
Hmm.
Because it's something that's like ever watching, it's in everything, it's in you, so you can't escape it. It's like the more you find out in science, the more it backs God. So like, even with science talking about everything having energy and vibrations emitting energy, that means even in frequency, God sees, feels, understands, experiences what you do, think, feel. So you can't escape it. Even when you lie, you're being judged.
Hmm.
And the only way you're ever going to fully come to the conclusion to feel and experience judgment is when this physical shield ceases to exist. And you can't escape it. You literally can't. You can only try to steer away from your impure self as hard as you can,
Hmm.
whatever that may mean to you, because it won't mean the same thing from person to person.
This judgment gonna happen either way.
Facts.
Just to have a thing behind your eyes watching you that's not you, and it's also watching you and your family and your homies and the strangers. That's eerie to me. I don't know. That's
No, it is. It is. They don't say the fear of God for no reason. No,
oh,
no, no, Lorenzo.
just peering at you, and everything you do just. I seen that one. You
Right, it's the side eye, bro. Terrio and Popeyes.
Mhm.
That
so
ain't him, but you know what I meant.
just for y'all watching, it's November. So if you're reaching for that belt line, just know when you see it, he sees it. Don't get the beating.
It's November.
Yeah.
I got failed already. No, that's
I
stupid.
had, I had no idea. I'm supposed to not shave too. Okay. That's dumb. What the hell? I
Nah,
guess when you put it that way, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never think about that. Even as we're talking about SCPs, I didn't even think about this would be one.
the
Technically,
big really.
yeah.
Yep.
And that is scary.
Yeah, because even the creation of other SCPs, you're failing. Because now you're semi-idolizing other things that aren't it.
Oh,
Mm.
that's a L. We're all catching an L right now. You listening?
Hey, you ain't gonna catch it,
L.
but it's something. Can't escape it. It's a time limit on this motherfucker. You know,
They gonna be at the gate with a book. Like, yeah, remember you watched that one podcast?
that was your boy. I tried to tell you right there to check it, and you just still kept on.
Yeah, man.
Tough.
Nah,
But how y'all feeling?
that's all I got for this so far. I think.
Yeah.
I
Huh?
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I
No,
was gonna talk about the Hang King, but yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
no. This video long enough, bro. We already at like hour and 30.
As y'all can see, this is one of those things you could just talk about. Again, I encourage just go on there, click a couple of articles. You might find something interesting.
and
Mm-hmm.
please check out when you got absolutely nothing to do and you're bored and you want to read something. CIA.gov. I need y'all to just start reading those. Those are the declassified articles. If you see big blocks of nothingness, that means it ain't that declassified yet, and you're gonna have to come back. But yeah, just get to reading that.
I'll
Yep.
type this shit in right now.
Actually, no, fuck it. Before we go, I'm gonna say it. We're
Yeah.
not gonna go we're not gonna go deep into it, but I'm gonna just give a brief summary of the shit. So the Hang King, one of my favorite stories, right? The Hang King is called the Hang King's Tragedy. Uh, and the city of Algata. According to the SCP lore, the Hang King was once a ruler of Algata, a mysterious otherworldly city that exists in a dimension separate from our own. The city and the king are imbued with themes of horror, madness, and harmonious phenomena, drawing inspirations from the works of Robert W. Chambers. You also gotta read that book. It's called The King of Yellow. Great book. But essentially, before I even get deep into it, essentially, it's more of a play, right? It's more of a event and how it plays out. So essentially, it's a ritual. So pretty much, they do the tragedy of the Hang King play, and what happens in that play comes to life. Tragedy, chaos, madness, death, all that shit comes into reality. To make it easier for everybody to understand, if everybody has ever heard the story of the making of The Exorcist, is that
Mm-hmm.
where everybody on Exorcist cast either kaput, got sick, got their ass whooped by spirits, whatever story you heard about the making of The Exorcist or Passion of the Christ, any of those movies, any stories y'all heard about that, that's essentially what the Hang King tragedy is.
That's messed up, man.
Yep.
That stunts my creative growth. What if I want to make a horror movie, bro?
Oh, you can
I'm
make a
true.
horror movie, just don't put God in it. Think about it. All the movies that where they got all the making the movie where everybody was getting their ass whooped, it had something to do with God.
Mm.
Just don't put them in it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep.
These are good rules. This is oh wow. You said this and it made me think about this. I purposely didn't put God in Fiend. Like I just couldn't. Even though like the themes rely around this life and death and light and dark, good and bad, all this stuff, right? And it's easy to just put God at the top of this. I can't do it. I won't do it. I just think that's interesting. And we've never even talked about this before. That's cool.
but but if y'all writing stories, y'all can throw his sons in whatever the fuck y'all want. They ain't gonna do shit.
Throw his sons in there.
Yeah. They ain't gonna do a damn thing. You saying something? You muted, G.
It looked like you
No,
got something to say.
no, I'm fighting it. No, I'm
Go
done.
ahead,
No,
bro.
I'm done, bro. I'm done. I ain't got nothing else.
All right. Well, with that being said, man, that's been another episode of Everyday Epiphanies where we sit up here and yap about a variety of miscellaneous topics.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna holler at y'all. Peace.
Yeah.